Rightio, so let's step this up a little bit. Let's make this a little bit more interesting. So let's come up with a t-shirt idea. First of all, it's going to arch some text across the top. So let's put a circle in, which is going to allow us to follow a path. And we're going to put, now obviously this might be a little bit lame on the text front, but it'll just give you a bit of an idea of what we can actually achieve. So first of all, we're going to add in some text around. So we're going to say skateboard. Let's have a quick look, see what we've got here. We've got some nice fonts on here. Let's pick something a little bit funky. What is that? Oh, that's funky. I do. Okay, so we're going to select the text, select the circle by pressing the shift key down, and I'm going to say fit text to path. So from the menu, text, fit text to path. That's going to put that around the top. Not sure about that. Let's change that. What I might do actually is let's put in a pretty standard type font. And what's that one there? Hard Rock. See what that looks like. So it's pretty much distressed. I'll do for a minute. Let's leave that in there. And let's add something else in here. So let's say San Diego, California, or something like that. Let's, right, San Diego, California. We're gonna add that in. Let's go. Let's put a date in 2019. We're gonna break that apart. We'll put skate for life. And then we'll put something like that. I'm going to change this font because this font at the moment is quite heavy on the distressed, and so it's slowing the computer down. Let's just put that back to something basic for a moment, just while I've got the screen grab running, and that'll do. We'll pop that in there. It's okay, so what we'll do is we'll come up with a bit of an idea, and then we'll make some distressed edging and stuff on that. So making sure that circle is a circle, so we're going to change that to 100 by 100, so let's make sure that is round. Doesn't look round, does it? We're going to go in here, we're going to change these two fonts. Impact, and we're going to break those apart, break apart. So I'm going to have like a 20, 19 either side. We'll make the font of that 48, we're going to make it nice and big. 48. These down the bottom again, we'll select those, make those into impact for a moment, and we'll break those apart. So we'll break them into two separate lines. We're going to make this one bigger and this one underneath. I'm going to put that as quite a standard type font like Arial, like so. Let's go Arial, like I said. Okay, so we'll resize that. I'm going to make that nice and small, and then I want to space that text out. So we're going to stretch it out just to give us that sort of feel, and then this is all going to come underneath the logo itself. I want to add, I want to curve something into that as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in underneath. So I'm going to contour that first off. Bring that into the inside here. I don't want 10 steps, I only want one, and that would do. And then I do want 2 steps. If I made that 3, I might be able to take that one out, because what I want to do is sit this in here. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to keep this contour and this contour and get rid of this one here. So to do that, I'm going to go arrange, break apart, and ungroup those. Now that center line I'm going to delete, and this line I'm going to hold down 1 and then keep the shift key pressed and press that line there and go Control L to combine the two. And what I want to do is basically add a slice through here where I can sit that text into this. I'm not actually going to follow that, well, I'm going to follow the line, but I'm not going to have it like needed to be sat right inside that. So to give myself a bit of a line coming through here, I'm going to go grab the Bezier tool, and I'm going to bring a line through here. So I'm going to click, not that, I'm going to click from here to about the center point, and then I'm going to come back out as well there. So that's going to give me, and what I'm looking for is to get an intersect where I can just literally crop that section out. So I'm going to highlight that, and then hopefully by hitting the trim, let's do it the other way, highlight the line and then highlight the inner and trim it. That should give me what I'm looking for. So now when I move this away, you can see that I've got this shape cut out here, and if I break that apart, so go arrange, break curve apart, should be able to delete that section out. And then here, this text here, San Diego, I'm then going to reduce that down and try and set that to follow this path here. So I'm going to highlight that, highlight the arc, and a fit text to path. Cool, and I'm going to pull the red tag down and set that about here. Just drag that across a little bit. Oof, laggy. Okay. And then I want to sit that down a little bit further, so drop this down there. So what it's doing is trying to snap to the bottom there. So actually, if we continue with what we were doing, I'll show what we can do. And then we'll flip and flip, and now we can continue with our movement. Right, now we can move that down. I'm going to inch that down using the arrow keys. Cool. I want to thicken that line up slightly as well. By selecting the outline tool. That'll do me on that. I'll do for a minute. Let's go back. Let's grab this guy here. Bring that across. Drop that down. And then resize that. So we're starting to get somewhere. Maybe that doesn't need to be quite as rounded, so let's square that, let's pull that one out slightly. Yeah, it's starting to come together. Right, let's get rid of this circle. So I'm going to go arrange, and I'm going to break text apart, and I'm going to get rid of this circle for a start. I've got that on the inside, which I might make a little smaller. Group that, just keep it together, drop that in there. So we could add something in here. Board Kings or something like that, and we'll find like a nice squirrely font for that. I think I like a super dry type font on here. Let's have a little look, see what we've got. Something that's a bit wavy. There's plenty of fonts on here. Moving down. Oh yeah. So you can see the preview at the bottom of the screen. Normally your text will actually be giving you a preview on the text as well. Paradise, that's cool. So let's highlight all of that. Let's go Paradise. I like it. I'll do. And let's break them apart, arrange, because I want 2 separate pieces of text for that. I'm going to drop that in there, something like that. This guy in the middle, we'll probably change him in a bit. Let's get rid of that there, we don't need that. Let's have a nice red type colour. I'd like to make that a little bit more earthy, so let's just double click on the red tag down there and just make that a little bit more darker red. And also this, I'm going to bring that into a blue, so let's pick like a navy blue, something like that, and then I'm just going to add a little bit more black into that as well, just make it like a midnight blue. And we'll probably add some other bits and pieces to this in a minute. So let's make these components, make this red, this text here, so we'll select that, make that the red, make the live and skate park underneath, let's make that into the blue, make this dude blue as well. Kill the outer line, and then the text on the inside of that, I'm going to make that white. Z, ungroup that because it's grouped at the moment. Highlight that portion to pick up the text, and San Diego. So it's starting to come together. So let's highlight those two, E to sort of align those, C, into there. Not sure about this. Oh, the edge. Let's make the line a bit thicker. Whew, too thick. Cool, something like that. So let's then align that centrally. So let's put a group around that. Let's this central area, let's group that, and let's C to centralize that, and then group that. Control G, highlight the whole lot, and press C. That should square everything up. So it's starting to come together. Once we get a little bit more distortion and stuff over this, it's going to look a little bit smarter. Let's go with, so we've got T-shirt 2 here. Let's get rid of the logos that we've got on this. So this background here, I'm going to lock that down because I don't want that to move. So that means I can highlight around that area and delete that. So let's just pop this onto the T-shirt. So I'm going to bring that across, reduce that down, Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I don't like that San Diego bit. I don't think that's very good at all. So let's just kill that out of there. I think I might put actually a text running through that, like just straight. I think would look better. So I'll copy that font and drop that down here. Doing that San Diego. California. Maybe that will work. Let's just drop it in and see what it does. Right, I'm going to give up with that font. It just doesn't seem right at all. Sometimes just simple is just so much better. Just like that. This works a lot more. This guy here. So what we could do, we could almost like add a sequence to him, so it feels like he's actually moving. So what I could do is I could put one here in like a slightly different blue. So let's just select a random blue, and then I'm going to duplicate this guy and I'm going to pivot him on an axis of maybe this point here. So if I click once on this guy and grab that little circle, that's the pivot point. So what I can do is then rotate off him, and I could do again, and that should give me an additional movement. So you could almost have like three. So what we could do there, we can make blue, red, something like that. So it's all about just how you feel with the design. And there you go. So that's just popping something together quite simply, and we're just messing around there. But you can see how quickly you can start to put something together as a t-shirt design. What we'll do is let's rough this up now, so make it look a bit worn. And what we'll do, we might do one in monochrome as well, just in black, and then age it as well, and just show you what you'll get from that.